Hi there, welcome to my channel and welcome to Fabulously Filthy with Emily Parcel Revisited. I previously tried to do this aspiration with Emily Parcel and changed her personality in ways that made it that I couldn't actually complete the aspiration. I will link that series below this video if you want to go and check that out. I'm trying it again and this time I'm going to use the original Emily Parcel, because she has a personality that should let me complete the aspiration. I have also read online that the aspiration might actually just be buggy, so I may not be able to get through this, but I'm going to give it one more try. So as you can see, this is back into the save file where I originally played with my modified Emily Parcel, and she is in that house there in that neighbourhood. So I'm probably just going to go into Sandtrap Flat. That's the cheapest or the next cheapest lot available in that neighbourhood, and it's right next to the original Emily so that we can do a like for like, and hopefully at the end I will have completed the aspiration. I did consider moving this Emily in with my modified Emily because she was a slob and she would have made the house dirty anyway, but I thought it would be cleaner just to start into a new lot, so that's what I'm doing now. Okay, I thought I still had the original Emily Parcel saved in my gallery somewhere, but I can't find her, so I'm now just checking the main gallery, and that is not her. That looks like her, but somebody has modified her. I can tell by all the kits that have been used, and also someone's modified her body type because she doesn't quite have those proportions. So I think I'll probably just have to search under Maxis to find the original Emily. Okay, and there she is. That's the original Emily. That's the proper one made by Maxis. So I'm just going to add her into the lot. So just a quick reminder of Emily. She is clumsy, outgoing and ambitious. She comes with a fabulously wealthy aspiration, which I'm obviously just going to change across to the fabulously filthy aspiration, and I'm not going to change anything else about her after that. I'm just going to start the game. Although just before I place Emily into the house, I am going to take my lessons learned from my last playthrough and make a couple of changes. I'm going to put the Penny Pixies lot trait on so that I can get a little bit of extra cash every time she sits down on something. It generates a small amount of simoleons, usually between 4 and 8. And then for the lot challenges, I'm going to add on Filthy, which I had last time because that helps the house get dirtier faster. The other lesson I learned last time was that I need to have dust in order to feed the dust bunnies, which means I need to vacuum the house at least once, which means it takes longer for the floors to get dirty. So because this Emily is an Emily who likes things clean and she may just autonomously start trying to clean things, I'm going to add on a second floor, which I did last time in order to give me more floor spaces to become dirty, and I'm going to just leave it as a sealed, separate part of the house that Emily can't access, and that way it'll get really dirty and there's nothing she can do about it, so that should help achieve that part of the aspiration a little quicker. And if need be, once a dust bunny has appeared on this floor, I can always click and drag it down on the floor below and she can feed it there if I need to do things that way to get that part of the aspiration complete. I'm also going to add in the trash can that gives you the cash, the cheapest one, which was the one that we got as one of the limited time events. It was one of the rewards. So I'll put that into there. It doesn't generate a huge amount of money. Emily living alone, it will only be 10 simoleons at a time, but it's a little bit extra, and I'm going to make a couple of small changes around the house, replace the lights with cheaper lights, and those doors are the expensive doors, so I'm going to replace them as well with the cheapest doors just to get a bit of money back. And also the benefit of doing all of that with those lights in, it's a lot brighter and it's a lot easier to see around. Those windows, the big windows, they're quite expensive. I could probably replace them with slightly cheaper windows. It's not going to make a huge difference. It's maybe only going to give me back about 100 simoleons over the whole property. So I think that's probably enough changes for just now. And I am moving in, and straight away there's someone just standing there next to Emily. I think that's Aurelio Robles, is it? Yeah, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, Aurelio Robles. So, just a quick reminder of what the Fabulously Filthy aspiration entails. I'll just open it up here. So there we are. So the first step of it is called procrastinating. Leave out food to spoil. 3 kitchen or bathroom objects get dirty. Let 1 floor of your home become dirty and max out your fun need while on a dirty floor. So again, having the second floor on the house, that's going to help with that one becoming dirty, because we can just leave it neglected up there and let it become dirty, because I will have to vacuum the ground floor in order to get dust to feed the dust bunnies. But if I don't have to vacuum the other floor, it'll let that one become dirty quicker. So I also learned last time that if I ask Emily to cook the dish with multiple servings and just leave that out, just leave the one dish with the multiple servings out, it counts each serving as 1 piece of food spoiling. So I'm going to get her to cook 8 servings of garden salad. She can eat 1 and she can leave the rest out to spoil. And that gets that part of the aspiration, and once it's spoiled I can put it in the trash can and get my money back for it as well. In terms of these quests, I'm going to close off the ones that don't give me simoleons. I'm not going to complete them. The ones that do, I'll complete them once. I think there's 3 that give simoleons. It's 2,000 simoleons at a time. So if I do all 3, that would give me 6,000 simoleons towards my funds, which is a nice bonus. I might get Emily to get a weekend part-time job this time around, because she's not lazy in this instance, she's actually ambitious. So it might be beneficial for her to actually have a job. So as before, I'm just getting Emily to gather collectibles by digging and by harvesting, so we've got stuff to sell. One of the discovery quests has come up that does give me money, so I will complete that one, and it does include getting a career. So like I say, I'm just going to get her to get a part-time job. I'm going to go for that manual labourer one again. It's one of the highest paying ones per hour, and she only has to work Saturday and Sunday to do the hours for that one. It's usually my preferred go-to, because the skill you need to get promoted with that one is gardening, and if I'm having her even just harvest plants, she'll be gaining gardening skill anyway, but I'll probably get her to plant some seeds around the house as well to grow some plants for some extra money that way. I always forget there's this little garden area here in this neighbourhood in Oasis Springs. It's one of the things that the base game is really good for, the world's there, that there's quite often little gardening areas where there'll be planter boxes like this with multiple plants in them. The newer worlds hardly have any wild plants or dig spots for you to get collectibles. The older worlds, and in particular the base game worlds, are much better for this. And I see a lot of people saying, oh, you know, when people start a new save file, why do they always start in Willow Creek or Oasis Springs? And I think this is part of the reason why. There's just more opportunities to casually make little bits of extra money to help you start out your game. So now I'm just going to sell everything apart from the highest priced plant that Emily managed to harvest, which was the strawberries. And the strawberries I will plant in her garden, and she can have them to get a bit of extra income every day. So that way, if I don't have time to go around and get the rest of the harvestables on any particular day, like probably the days when she's working, at least she'll have an extra source of income in her own garden. And I think being an ambitious sim as well, she's going to want to learn new skills and do work-related tasks. That usually comes with the ambitious trait. You can see it's there. She wants to do a work task. She doesn't have any work tasks to do at level 1 of a part-time job, but it'll help generally with her happiness if she can be doing work-related things, which is going to be building her gardening skill for the job that she's in. So the food has spoiled there. I see it's Love Day. Emily has no chance of completing the things for Love Day because I've just started the file with her. So unfortunately she's going to have a sad moodlet tomorrow because it's going to be a bad holiday for her. And the food has spoiled. It's not quite checked off in the aspiration yet. Okay, it's checked off 2 out of 3. I think maybe if I just wait a little bit longer, it'll check 1 out of 3. It's a bit strange that it's doing them. There we go. So that's the first part of that stage of the aspiration done. Spoiled the food. So the next things are going to take a little bit longer, waiting for things in the bathroom and kitchen to get dirty and waiting for the floor to get dirty. That's probably going to take a few days for those things to happen. So it's time to vote in a neighbourhood action plan, and she's in the same neighbourhood that Emily was originally in, so I'm kind of stuck with the 3 that are already there. And it looks like the next one that's likely to get voted in is Juiced Community. So I may get Emily a juicing station, and she can make juice with some of the harvestables that she finds. I'll see how I feel about that. I haven't had a welcome wagon yet in this file, and I should have, because there are other Sims living in the neighbourhood. I've got Johnny Zest on one side of me, and I've got the other Emily Parcel on the other, and possibly there are other neighbours nearby. In a weird sort of twist of events, I probably will end up having Emily Parcel, the other Emily Parcel, as part of my welcome wagon. But it just happens I've got Bess Sterling at my door right now, who I've probably said in other playthroughs she's not my favourite character in this game, but Emily is an outgoing sim, so I'm just going to speak to Bess and see what she's got to say, maybe even befriend her just so that Emily can keep up her social needs. I see she's got on her wants there that she really wants to speak to someone, and her social needs are quite low, so she's wanting to speak to someone for that reason as well. It's one of the worst things about having the outgoing trait is that your sim constantly wants to speak to people outside of the household. So even if you've got a household with 8 sims, it's not enough just for them to speak to other members of the household. They want to speak to new people, they want to speak to people outside of the house. So we'll maybe just make friends with Bess, and when her needs are low, she can phone her or call her over to speak to. So apparently one of the things that Bess came to speak to Emily about was juicing, and Emily is starting to build the juicing skill because of their conversation. So based on that and the way the neighbourhood action plans are going, I'll probably just go ahead and buy a juicing station, and Emily can do that as well. And that gives her another skill that she can build and another way that she can make money, which will probably help with her being ambitious. I tried searching for juice, but apparently the juicing station, it must be called the fizzing station, because it's not here under juice. I don't usually use the search function, I usually just go through by category and just find what I'm looking for, but sometimes with some things like the vacuum, I always have to search for that because I can never find it under category. And I do know where the juice station, or fizzing station, is kept. It's under one of the hobbies and skills category. It's in here where the easel is, it'll be one of these ones. Yeah, there it is there. So, okay, the affisionissimi. Okay, I don't know what that word in front of it was supposed to be, but fizzing station it's called anyway. There's no mention of juice in the name of the item that lets you make juice. So, okay, so she's got her fizzing station and she can make juice for extra money. It's been a little while since I've played with the fizzing station. Can't remember if it's like the nectar making. Apparently it's not. With the nectar making, you can click on the nectar making machine and you can order the fruits that you need to make the nectar, and you can also see which nectar you can make for which level you're at. Can't remember with the juicing station, I don't think it matters what level your skill's at. I think the level of your skill only affects the quality of the product. It doesn't affect which products you can make. Whereas with the nectar, I think initially you can only make apple and maybe grape, and then as your skill builds you can use different fruits and vegetables and things and make different types of nectar. But I think with the fizzing station you can make them all right at the beginning, and your skill, like I say, only affects the quality of the output. So I'm just going to try and find some harvestables just now out in the wild and put those into the fizzing station and see what I can make. I couldn't find any harvestables last night because I think Emily had harvested everything already, and as I expected, she's woken up this morning in a sad mood because Love Day didn't go well for her. I tried to get her to do like celebrate Love Day and sing about Love Day, but none of that really contributed towards completing any of the goals for the day. So I'm just going to get her to sell what's in her garden, and then we'll go and harvest some of the wild harvestables and see what kind of things we can fizz. And to keep it simple, I'm just coming back to this garden area here. I'll just get the harvestables that are there rather than wandering around the neighbourhood to try and find other things. And Emily's looking really miserable because Love Day didn't go well. Just speed it up because she's walking slow as well because she's sad. And I'm going to have to wait a long time for her to get back to the house because she's still walking slow because she's still sad. And I'm thinking maybe I should have done some of those other discovery quests to get the free mood potions, because I could have given her a happy potion. And there's my welcome wagon, and it is Johnny Zest and the other Emily Parcel. And Johnny's in that fantastic outfit that he wore during most of my playthrough the last time I tried this aspiration. So it's Emily meets Emily. So again, the Emily that I'm playing with right now is outgoing, so it's good for her to meet 2 other people and have 2 other friends, even if it is weird seeing the 2 Emilys together there. And the other Emily has turned up in a flirty mood, and she almost seems to be trying to flirt with my Emily, which is just, that's a little bit too much weirdness. I don't really want, and they're talking about romantic things as well. I'd rather not have Emily Parcel getting into a relationship with Emily Parcel because that's a bit too much weirdness for me, I think. Johnny Zest trying to join in on the conversation there, and he's given up. And now it's become an embarrassing, tedious conversation. So I don't know if that was Johnny that did that, or if Emily's flirting isn't working on my current Emily, or what's happening there. It's all a little bit too strange. I see Bess in the background there as well. I'll try and get her to come across and have a chat with us as well. The other Emily is definitely flirting with current Emily, so I'm just going to break that up and I'm going to start using the fizzing machine the fizzing station to make some fizzy juice. I'll start off with the lemon. I know lemon makes fizzy lemon. I think when you use carrot and other vegetables, you get something that's called like unusual or suspicious drink or something. There's only so many ingredients you can put in that are official fizzy drink juices. I'm remembering that now that I've started playing with it again. It's not like the nectar where it tells you which type of nectars there are that you can make. With the juice or fizzing station, you have to kind of play about with it a little bit to find the actual combinations. And I think there's some combinations where if you put 1 herb and 3 fruit, you get like a magical juice or a special juice. I'm sure somewhere online someone has made a database of which are the best combinations and the best juices to make. I might look that up later on, but at the moment I'm just going to play away with what I've got. And the current version of Emily clearly does not like the fruitcake. She's pushing it around her fork there, and I can see she's got the uncomfortable moodlet. But in the background there, the previous Emily seems to like the fruitcake. I can't actually remember when I was playing with the last Emily if she did like the fruitcake when I was controlling her or not. But as I found when I did the summer playthrough, it's a bit of a lie, because when I played with the BFF household, they all hated the cake, even though they're usually the ones who are your welcome wagon if you move into that specific neighbourhood in Willow Creek and bring the cake with them. So that's the first batch of juice made with the lemons there finished. I'm just going to collect that. And you see there it says it's fizzy lemon juice. It does actually recognise it as one of the official juices. So the only other thing I've got in my inventory that it's offering me the chance to use is the carrots. And that's me got another visitor as well. So I'll make a juice using the carrots that I've got. The most I can put in is 5, so I'll put them in and see what I get. And it's Molly Prescott coming to see me as well, which is really random because she's a teen and she doesn't live in this world, but fair enough, it's someone else outside of the house for Emily to get to know. So my fizzy lemon juice is in my inventory there, and it's poor quality, and selling it I'm not getting very much money for it. Okay, so it cost a lot more to make it than it did for what I sold it for there, but I believe once it gets to normal quality and above, you start to make a profit. I think maybe at normal quality you break even. You can sell the juice for the same amount it costs to make it, but then once it's excellent or outstanding quality, it's a significant profit. I know one playthrough I played with Lou Howell, and I had him gardening and juicing, and that was his only way of making money, and he made quite a lot of money off of his juicing efforts. I think he was getting a few hundred simoleons for each batch of juice once his skill was up, so hopefully it'll be the same for Emily, and that can be another way that she makes a little bit of side income. So with all of that together there, I think we'll end the episode there for today. And when I pick up again next time, we'll try and complete the rest of the first milestone of the aspiration, which is to get the 3 kitchen and bathroom items dirty, have a dirty floor in the house, and to have Emily's fun maxed out on a dirty floor. And given that she is now the type of personality that's going to get stressed when the house is dirty, I'll probably get a fun potion to give her just as soon as the house is dirty. I'll give her the fun potion to get her fun need up, and that'll get that part achieved. And with that, we'll end the episode today. Thanks for watching.